Today on People Now.
It was the first real lover. Here's to till he had another.
Selena drops even more new music, and we've got the most recent fan reactions to some of her lyrics that seem to reference her past with the Biebs.
Kanye West previews his new Jesus is King album and IMAX movie that goes along with it. We have details.
Dog the Bounty Hunter's here. We're finding out how he's doing after his recent hospitalization.
I'm open to the idea, for sure.
It's been 25 years since Shawshank Redemption. Are Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman cooking up another co-starring project?
That was my board!
4 HGTV stars are going head-to-head, designing 4 homes on the same block. It is getting wild. The designers are here, getting us pumped for the competition.
It's all live today on People Now. Let's go.
Hey everyone, welcome to People Now. Great to see you. Happy Thursday. Making it through the week here. Selena Gomez continues to release new music. Take a quick listen to her latest track.
It was the first real lover. Here's to till he had another.
Really like this one. She's back again one day after releasing her new single, Lose You to Love Me. She surprised fans with another song and music video for Look at Her Now. It's an up-tempo, colorful track about a breakup. Selena telling her followers on YouTube, quote, I was so excited to release 2 songs back to back and surprise my fans. It's a reminder that you can rise no matter what challenges life brings. But the new music, it stirred a little bit of drama.
Yes.
Yeah, people are talking about this. It's all between Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber fans. Selena seemingly acknowledging that on an Instagram Live.
I am grateful for the response that the song is getting. I'm so grateful. However, I do not stand for women tearing women down. And I will never, ever be by that. So please be kind to everyone.
I'm actually really glad she did this.
Oh, I applaud her for doing
Yeah,
this.
it all seems to stem from the aftermath of Selena's first new single, Lose You to Love Me, which dropped on Tuesday night. It's this moody ballad that seemingly hinted at Selena's on-again, off-again relationship with Hailey's now husband, Justin Bieber. Now, fans noticed that Hailey posted a screenshot of the song, I'll Kill You, to her Instagram story just moments after Lose You to Love Me dropped.
Could have just been a coincidence,
Could have,
right?
but people
so dramatic.
read into it.
We need to get off of Instagram sometime.
Haley got some heat from the Selenators after that incident, reportedly responding with a now deleted Instagram comment that read in part, please stop with this nonsense. This is complete BS. Hopefully everybody will be able to get along, and hopefully we get a 3rd single soon because we're liking it. We're getting greedy here. But for now, we're enjoying these 2 new songs of Selena's.
Yes, and Selena is telling you to be nice to women, so don't go after Hailey.
Yeah.
But to celebrate all of this new music from Selena, we want to see your favorite gifts of the singer. Send them in using the hashtag PeopleNow for a chance to see them on the show.
We're going to check in on those results a little later, but for now we move on to this. Watch.
Back in 1693, the people of Salem, Massachusetts,
Witches!
yes, thought they got rid of the Sanderson sisters for good.
We shall be back!
They put a spell on us with the original film, and now it looks like the Sanderson sisters will be back for more. Disney is reportedly developing a follow-up to its 1993 cult classic Hocus Pocus. Might have heard of it. It starred Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy. It's a trio of witches who, after being accidentally resurrected on Halloween, set out to suck the life out of a town of children to undo the curse that sent them away 300 years earlier. According to Collider, who was the first to break the news, there are no stars officially attached to the project at this time, but Disney is hopeful that the original 3 actresses will be involved in some capacity. It's also not clear yet if it will be a direct sequel to the original film or if it'll be a reboot. We'll find out. Either way, the film will air on the studio's new streaming platform, Disney+. Here's a fun fact for you. Hocus Pocus was actually a flop at the box office when it was first released. It's hard to believe that now, but it became this fan favorite and family favorite over the years thanks to countless re-airings on television. This year alone, it was scheduled to air a whopping 27 times during Freeform's annual 31 Nights of Halloween movie lineup. Back in 2017, it was reported that there was a remake in the works for the Disney Channel. That project was not meant to have Midler, Parker, and Najimy reprising their roles. As you can imagine, diehard fans not happy about that. At the time, Bette Midler had told People it's going to be cheap. The actress has long expressed interest in returning to her role of Winifred Sanderson, which she has said many times before is her favorite acting role. In fall of 2016, Sarah Jessica Parker also expressed excitement at the idea of reuniting with her evil witch sisters someday. She said on Watch What Happens Live, quote, I would love that. I think we've all been fairly vocal about being very keen, but that hasn't created any groundswell of movement. And maybe now that's all changing. All right, how much are you willing to pay for a parking spot, especially a really good one? What about if you live in a densely populated urban city like Hong Kong? Well, Someone in Hong Kong just paid almost $1 million for a 135 square foot parking spot. You could buy yourself multiple luxury cars and much more for that, obviously. According to the South China Morning Post, a spot outside Hong Kong's fifth tallest building, the Center, was purchased for $969,000. CNN reports that a businessman who at one point owned 4 of the 400 spaces in front of the building sold his final spot after making 6-figure profits on his 3 previous listings. James Mack, Midland Commercial's district sales director, told the Morning Post, quote, "There aren't many car park lots in Central's office tower for sale, so prices have always been kept high." Yeah, I'd say so. Despite the city's ongoing political issues, Mack shared that this hasn't stopped the wealthy from spending. He added, good times or bad times, there are still ultra-rich people paying whatever needed to get what they like. Previously, the most expensive parking spot in the city was sold for $760,000 in 2018. That was in front of a different luxury building. This is all according to CNN. The Center is a 79-floor steel office building, a home to many major companies. A parking spot in front of the tower is prime real estate, as the building is located in one of the busiest, most central areas of the city. The person who purchased the spot has not been identified yet. That's according to the South China Morning Post.
That is so much money. I'm starting to feel really bad about the amount of money I have.
No, that's I mean, okay, look, location's everything, demand and whatever, but that's outrageous.
So much money.
Yeah.
If you had that money, would you spend it on a parking spot?
I mean, I guess you don't know till you're there. I'm not anywhere close to that. Anyway, you've got more for us in Star Treks.
All right, we're kicking off Star Treks today with one star who can get down anytime and any place. Watch. Really awesome. Lindsay Lohan can turn any setting into her very own dance floor, even in a gas station parking lot. On Wednesday, Lindsay posted an Instagram video showing off some new dance moves that she's calling her flamingo moves. She's wearing a bright pink pantsuit, and the 33-year-old struts in a pair of heels alongside a moving car while singing along to Get Up by Terrell Hines. Lindsay captioned the video, writing, "Fill in the tank with my fire flamingo moves." She is feeling it. Get it? Like feeling it.
This is my favorite thing she's ever done.
Same.
I love it. I really do.
This is so great. The video came after a day of meetings in New Jersey at the headquarters of an online legal service called Lawyers.com, where Lindsay is a spokesperson. Now you know. And during her outings, Lindsay didn't miss the opportunity to honor her iconic 2004 film Mean Girls. She shared a photo of herself in her pink suit, captioning it, "On Wednesdays, we wear pink." It's obviously the classic line there. The gas station dance video isn't the first video to surface of Lindsay getting her groove on. Back in September of 2018, a video of Lindsay vibing at her club in Mykonos went viral, even inspiring a hashtag called Do the Lilo. The memeable moment featured Lindsay sidestepping, flipping her hair, and twirling. It was a big deal. Some celebrities even joined in on the fun by recreating the dance themselves. Busy Phillips was one of the stars to get in on the trend when she mimicked Lindsay's moves in her kitchen. At the time, Busy shared the video captioning it, "It's Labor Day weekend. Get down like Lindsay in Mykonos." I love it. As for how Lindsay comes up with her dance moves, she doesn't know. When asked about her first viral dance video, she told Entertainment Weekly, "I was like, how do I even do those steps? Because I was just dancing." Adding, "I don't even know exactly how I would do that."
Let some music move her.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, Kanye West gave fans a glimpse at his new album and accompanying IMAX movie on Wednesday and revealed that one of the songs is about a very popular and controversial fast food chain. During a special screening event, the rapper showed fans his film Jesus is King, A Kanye West Experience, and played a selection of songs from the upcoming Jesus is King album. One song referenced Chick-Fil-A's religious choice to close all of its locations every Sunday. The lyrics say, "Closed on Sunday, you my Chick-fil-A, hold the selfies, put the gram away, get your family, now hold hands and pray." Kanye's wife, Kim Kardashian West, documented the eventful evening. The reality star shared videos of the massive crowd cheering on Kanye and his upcoming album. Looks like a lot of fun there. On Monday, Kanye West confirmed to fans that the long-awaited album Jesus is King will release on Friday. The rapper tweeted an image of a blue vinyl record stamped with his name and the album title. Now, according to Forbes, after missing its promised debut date of September 27th, Kanye told fans at the Jesus is King, A Kanye West Experience event at George Washington University on October 12th that the album would come out on October 25th. Kanye reportedly told the audience that the album was delayed because he was making it better for y'all. Kanye's IMAX movie, also titled Jesus is King, is scheduled for release the same day. The film promises to bring his famous Sunday service to theatergoers. Now, this has been a really busy week for the West family. Earlier this week, Kanye celebrated his wife's 39th birthday by donating $1 million to criminal justice organizations in her name, and she shared the very exciting news on social media. A source tells People that because Kanye is preparing for his album release, he was unable to attend Kim's birthday bash in Palm Springs. The source adding, quote, "He is very busy right now." All right, now we move on to a little La Dolce Vita. Watch.
All right, excuse me. Third venue option. Here's where it begins.
Ooh, that is gorgeous.
Wow.
Stassi Schroeder's wedding plans are well on their way. The Vanderpump Rules star, who announced her engagement in July, jetted off to Italy this week with her fiancé, Boehlke, to start looking at potential venues in Rome. Stassi documented each of the tours with videos on her Instagram story, and to keep followers on track with her adventures, she marked the videos of the locations, Venue 1, Venue 2, and Venue 3. The first venue featured was at the luxury hotel and spa called Hotel dei Russi, which featured an outdoor patio, gorgeous overhanging greenery, and a main castle-like building. The second option on Stassi's tour was Hotel de la Ville. The interior of the venue featured vintage photos and tiled flooring, along with brightly colored furniture. Outside, there was a lot of open land and a beautiful view of Rome below. These are honestly so stunning. The third venue was Hotel Hasla Roma, which is a 5-star luxury hotel located at the top of the famous Spanish Steps. The option for the rehearsal dinner offered a gorgeous panoramic view of Rome alongside the dining area, as well as a full bar. Stassi and her team looked like they had a blast touring around Italy. And can we talk about the food? They made sure to document that as well, including a tomato and burrata salad that, according to Stassi, is part of her bridal diet. She's loving walking up those stairs. Less than a week after Stassi announced her engagement, she opened up about her future wedding on her podcast, Straight Up with Stassi. There she admitted she wanted a destination wedding from the start, saying, quote, "All I know is I want my wedding to be small, but in Europe." She added, "I just want this to be intimate." Those are some beautiful venues. Those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, stay with us. We're going to be joined live by Dog the Bounty Hunter himself, Duane Chapman. Always love when he stops by. We'll be getting life updates, show updates, and much more from him. Plus, all 4 ladies from HGTV's Rock the Block will be here live. We're getting their expert advice on design, holiday decor, and who is the most competitive of the bunch. Stick around for that.
All right, we've been asking you to send in your favorite gifts of Selena Gomez to celebrate all the new music she is putting out. So let's take a look.
Girl, please.
I'm just saying. Stop.
Are we doing this?
I guess we are.
Next.
Oh.
All right.
Eating away. Ooh, a nice hair toss there.
Another one? That's it?
I think that's it.
Those are good. All right, keep sending in the gifts of Selena, but for now, we move on to this.
Never before seen photos of Audrey Hepburn are being released in a new coffee table book called Always Audrey.
The book, highlighted in this week's issue of People, contains the work of 6 legendary photographers, including Milton H. Green, Norman Parkinson, Terry O'Neill, Douglas Kirkland, Eva Sereni, and Lawrence Freed.
Yeah, photographer Milton H. Green confided in his son not long before he died in 1984 that he'd once had a fleeting love affair with Hepburn. Green, a legendary photographer known for his striking portraits of Marilyn Monroe, Judy Garland, and more, met Hepburn in 1951 when she was just 22 years old and about to make her Broadway debut in Gigi. He was assigned to photograph her for Life magazine.
Green's son, Joshua, says, quote, "He always loved the way she looked. Audrey is one of those women, when you capture them right, set at the right angle, with the right light, she can be absolutely beautiful, but if she's not captured correctly, she looks like a woman with a funny face." That was his interesting quote.
Yeah, I feel like she probably looks great at all angles. Photographer Lawrence Freed spent a few days photographing Hepburn in Manhattan, stopping at a coffee shop and traveling by taxi when no one knew who she was. Only a few of his photos of her were ever published.
His daughters, Tish Freed and Lauren Wendell, only found his collection of Audrey photos after his death. That was in 1983.
Terrence Pepper, the curator of the Norman Parkinson Archives, says some of these rolls of film have never seen the light of day. To see her when she is so young and just an ordinary person before she became a star overnight in Roman Holiday, to see the transformation is an astonishing discovery.
Always Audrey is in stores now and online, available for purchase from ACC Art Books. Check that out. All right, Bellamy Young is the latest celeb to swing by couch surfing to take a look back at some of her most beloved performances. We all fell in love with Bellamy as the ex-First Lady turned President Mellie Grant in ABC's smash hit Scandal. After 7 successful seasons, Scandal, of course, came to an end in 2018.
Bellamy revealed how playing Mellie changed her as a person and as a performer.
The opportunity of Mellie taught me a lot about being a working actor, you know, not just a jobber, but being Mellie. Yeah. Like, changed my life. To be that not even sure of yourself, but willing. You know, because I tend to be a little hermity and reticent and self-doubting and all that kind of stuff. But like, if anybody ever says that practice does not change you, practice changes you. Like, the pretending to be Melly has been a gateway to freedom for me personally.
I love Bellamy. She's always
Absolutely.
so cool when she's here. But what about the one role that makes her squirm to this day? What is being a contestant on Celebrity Jeopardy? See what I did there? Watch.
Literature for 200.
Now, when this
I
came
don't know
across,
if we can watch this. I've never seen this.
I mean,
Oh, it's literally making me pit sweat. That is seriously the most stressful thing that I have ever done.
first of all, you would think you didn't win.
I don't know. I literally, I'm not even kidding. I browned out. I can't remember any of this. I don't know what's happening. Josh Gad cleaned our clocks in rehearsal, cleaned them.
Not here.
Well, oh Lord.
Wait, how do you prepare for this show?
I studied like I was going to take the SATs.
Really?
I surely did. I did. And they also ask you, because we're not like smart people, we're like celebrities. So they say like,
But
what are you
like,
good
a lot
at?
of
Like,
people
what are your
don't,
interests?
can't just drop a Jane Austen reference like that.
Well, I don't know.
She's selling herself short. She's very bright.
Yes.
Obviously. You can dive into a bunch of Bellamy Young's other roles when Couch Surfing drops on PeopleTV this Friday.
All right, this holiday season, People Now is partnering with Lifetime for our Holiday Everyday series. So every week, we'll have a new segment for you that focuses on holiday hacks, traditions, delicious food, and more.
Yeah, there's so much about to get to here. It's all brought to you by Lifetime. Treat every day like Christmas with 24/7 holiday movies. It's a Wonderful Lifetime. Starts October 25th.
So lately, we've been asking our celebrity guests to weigh in on all things holiday related. And now it's time to see what they had to say.
Keep your eyes peeled. You might even catch some of your favorite Lifetime movie stars in the mix.
Really just going to get the tree. We go get one at the same lot every year.
Oh, the lovely tradition of untangling Christmas lights.
I have to watch White Christmas every year.
We eat so much food and then we watch Love Actually.
Oh, well, it has to be the dressing of the tree.
We're Jewish, so we invented a version of dreidel. We say it's like dreidel but fun, and it's called Ultimate Dreidel. It involves like some charades.
Oh, Ultimate Dreidel.
Yes.
You have to start watching Elf and Christmas Vacation and just all the Christmas movies. That there's always such a long list, and so it's like that first movie comes on, and then it's like, all right, it's go time.
We go ice skating, and then we get hot chocolate, and then we go get really good Chinese food. And that's Christmas Eve, which is the eve of Christmas Eve. I don't know if you know the slang.
We actually did our first Christmas with our daughter, and we took her to pick out a Christmas tree. So I think every year we're going to continue that tradition.
She pays for it, right?
Of course, out of her college fund.
She pays.
Out of her college fund.
So me and my husband were married on November 2nd, so that's our anniversary. We celebrate by taking all of our Christmas decorations out and decorate the whole house, and it stays up for about 2.5 months.
My mother, it's been a long tradition, she's German. At Christmas time, we light real candles on the tree. My sister and I always used to like hide like a giant bucket of water behind the tree because my mom's like, we must have them. And we're like, yes, like, so now we have a fire extinguisher. We light the candles, we then all blow out, make separate wishes, and so then we open presents.
I have no traditions, thank you for asking.
My mom makes what she calls goulapi, which is really like her version of Chex Mix, but she makes it like enough for an army. She makes it by the trash bag full.
I'm a vegetarian gravy gal, but I just think that the fact that like you get to just put sauce all over your entire plate is such a gift.
Every year before Christmas, we make cookies, for Santa.
It's who is real.
Yes.
Yorkshire puddings, because I'm married to a Brit.
I make a pretty radical brisket.
My mama's banana pudding.
Really?
I made a carrot cake cheesecake for the past couple of years, and it is
phenomenal.
It might be. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. It might be better than her banana pudding.
We make cookies.
You do?
Just horrible cookies. It's like, it's amazing how poorly children can decorate a cookie. Just not good at it.
Over the top.
What does that look like on a tree?
What does that look? No,
Yeah.
it looks like you live in a forest and it's made of plastic and it could catch on fire. That's what it looks like.
I used to get like a Rockefeller-sized tree in my house. Oh, huge. Okay. Like a big tree.
I think we got a few Elvis things we put on the tree.
Like a cute Santa Claus, maybe a Snoopy ornament, you know, a bulldozer or a horse, I don't know.
Every year I attempt to have the most beautiful Christmas tree in the whole wide world, and then it just ends up being like, that's not what I wanted. I get all these beautiful ornaments, but none of them really look good together. They're gorgeous. People are like, that ornament is so pretty. Why is it next to that one?
I will stare at the trees and constantly rearrange the ornaments as I see fit throughout the holiday season to make sure everything's perfect. And I'm not a control freak.
My husband's holiday decorating style is all out. People always think that we hire a company to do it.
So we don't really have like traditional pine trees. Our pine trees kind of have like 3 limbs and
Like
they're
the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say do not overpack. I always do that, overpack, and then you go home and you have to put all that stuff away.
When you get into a plane, we have our antibacterial hand wipes because surprisingly, the tray table has more germs than the toilet.
Drive and make all your relatives move very close to you.
I invested in a pop-up wagon. It opens up and I put all 3 kids in it and like any of their iPads and all their crap and I just wheel them through the airport.
Definitely get like whatever kind of their drink cup is and they put, like, you know when they come by and give drinks instead of like
Put it
having
in
that
their
like
cups,
tea
right.
drink.
Yeah.
So you put it in the cup and close it.
Just don't. It's gonna be awful, so don't think there's a way to not make it awful. Just like surf the awful. Like, yeah, this sucks.
Lean into it a little bit.
That's key. You're right.
Zero expectations.
My top tip for traveling during the holidays has to be just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Staying at home. Staying at home helps.
What's your top tip for traveling during the holidays?
Oh, fly private. No,
#1 public domain Christmas song that you guys love to sing.
The Christmas song.
How's-
Chestnuts roasting
Is
on
it
an
public
open fire.
domain?
I think so. It's real old.
And folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows. All right.
Pull over. Pull over.
Okay, watch out. Okay, it's on. Watch that other car.
Hey, it's on, guys. We got another one.
Go, go, go.
Keep an eye on him, Beth.
Got my hands on him. Hold on.
He's gonna hit a red light up here, guys.
Duane Dog the Bounty Hunter Chapman and his late wife Beth doing what they do best, tracking down criminals and dogs most wanted. In this series, the Chapman family travels across the country to catch a curated list of dogs most wanted.
And viewers also get to see the family's most difficult fight yet as their beloved matriarch Beth Chapman bravely fights her battle with cancer. Duane Dog the Bounty Hunter Chapman is back here to talk about the series as it heads towards its finale. Welcome back. Nice to see you.
Yeah, so good to see you.
Both of you. Thank you.
We're going to get into that show, but since you were here last, which wasn't that long ago, you had a health scare,
Yes.
hospitalization.
Oh my God.
What happened and how are you today?
I thought I had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, and then I went to the hospital and they were kind of rude, so I checked out. And then Dr. Oz came to me and said, "What are you doing? You're crazy, come back." So I did. You got to do what Dr. Oz says.
Bro, right. Yeah.
And they found on the right side, on the right lung, a blood clot.
Wow.
And so they finally found that's what's making it. It was scary.
What was it that you experienced that made you feel
Like a
strange?
heart attack.
Yeah,
you know,
like
the
the
jaw.
gripping.
Oh yeah, your arm, the real pressure on your chest. I'm like, Beth, please quit squeezing my heart, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
And did
No,
they?
I thought that was it. Yeah.
Do you have to be on medication or something? Is that the type of thing they do for this?
Yeah, blood thinners, and you get really tired, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm not all too good. I can't. Supposed to, relax and not like run down someone's. I probably couldn't anyway, because it's just you can feel it. you know, so
How are you feeling right now?
just a little tired.
Yeah, at the time, you'd help people that a broken heart sent you to the hospital. And obviously, last time you were here, we talked about the grieving process and how difficult that is. Has it gotten any easier?
Well, you, when your spouse dies as a man, I mean, as me, so and generally, probably everybody, you're released from that obligation of being married. So your mind and you go crazy. And then after a while, you realize that never will no one ever love me as much as she did.
Mm-hmm.
And I will probably never love anyone else as much as I loved her. And so that's what you start realizing. And like sex is a thing like almost in the past right now. You know, I'm not having it and I don't care. It's weird. So that's where I'm at with it now. It's as long as I'm not alone. If I'm completely alone, then I start thinking about it and crying. And if I'm around people, it's a little easier.
Who do you surround yourself with?
My family.
Yeah. You mentioned last time that your kids obviously having a really tough time. How are they today?
They're kind of, one daughter said, okay, Mom, you can come back now. It's okay, Mom. Okay, come back now. So one of Cecily is taking it the hardest of all the kids because she was not the pet, but Mom always took her everywhere. So, but they're doing it, they have to.
Yeah, and last time you were here, you said that you hadn't watched any of the episodes, but planned on watching it with your family. Have you been watching with them? Has it kind of helped in any way?
No, we've watched clips, different ones, and then something comes on where you see it and you're like, I can't handle this.
Yeah.
But, and I was there, so I remember it, and then I just don't, I kind of watch them, but not with the family because everybody starts crying. And
yeah. This was the last time that you did a show with her, obviously. Is the plan to move forward with another Dogs Most Wanted? Is it something that you want to do?
Well, I've been in television 15, 16 years, so, come on, season 2. No, wait till you see Dog Without Beth. No more mercy. I mean, once I catch them, they're going to get mercy, but there's a lot of things that, don't do that, don't, screaming, don't do that, you shouldn't do that, don't do that.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what kinds of
Well, like, he's got a gun, don't go near that, and this time we're going in. So, it's a lot different. When she was there, always trying to be the nurse, or don't do that, or now she's not. I can already tell, walking down the street or going places, it's a lot different world.
Because she would kind of protect you and hold you back
yeah,
sometimes.
she protect me all the time. There'll never be another greater protector than her.
Yeah, and you two made such a great team. So now when you go bounty hunting, what is the thing you're going to miss about her most?
Oh, everything. If I think there's an afterlife. She hasn't come to me yet and all that, but I kind of hear her once in a while or feel her, you know what I mean? So she's always kind of right with me.
Yeah, the first season of Dogs Most Wanted going to come to an end obviously very soon. As you have looked back, you mentioned sort of watching some of the episodes here and there. Has there been something particular that you've really looked back on as a favorite memory from making the season?
No, not really. She just is, I like this car chase. I like to freak her out all the time.
Yeah.
She's like, she never said to me, well, she said, I used to call her and say, who's the greatest bounty hunter in the world? You are, Big Daddy. And she never did compliment me too much, because she said, you don't need that much. And she
knew your strengths.
Yeah.
You already had that.
We were chasing the guy and he disappears, and I said, no, turn right, turn left, turn right, turn left. And she's like, oh, you are so incredible. And I thought, my God, I'd never heard her say that. So there's things that she must have said that I just didn't hear.
Yeah.
I got to watch the finale, and it's a really tough episode for sure. What do you hope fans will take away after watching it?
Just please don't forget her. She was, and I'll give up my title, she really was the greatest bounty hunter in the world. She really was.
And you mentioned earlier about how bizarre it is to suddenly be in a situation where you're no longer married, and that's a different world. No sex, as you were saying.
Right.
Last time you were here, we kind of touched on the possibility of a dating life later and how difficult that would be, but something that you would maybe explore.
Right.
Is that something that you're ready to kind of step into now?
Well, no, because, not that I have, but it's not worth it. I don't want to tell the whole story about my mom, my dad, my life, and all that stuff again.
To a new person.
To a new person.
Right.
I just, not yet,
Yeah. Well, we wish you and your family all the best.
thank
we
you.
really appreciate you coming back and
Yes,
talking to
thank
us
you.
more.
Thank you for having
And
me.
everyone, you can watch Duane Dog the Bounty Hunter Chapman in Dogs Most Wanted every Wednesday on WGN America, with the season finale airing on November 6th.
You need to talk to your brother.
Pop.
It's important. You're still staying in that guest shack of yours, yeah?
You and I had a deal.
Deal's only as good as its weakest link.
And that's ABDI?
That's Ace. ABDI's been poaching Ace's tenants 6 months early.
Is it poaching if he's just giving them a better deal?
Ace doesn't read The Economist, Nadia. Tell Abdi go easy. This will take care of itself.
Yeah, I got us all wondering what exactly will take care of itself, and there's more mystery than that in Hulu's psychological horror anthology Castle Rock. It's a series inspired by the fictional town and many of Stephen King's novels.
Tim Robbins, along with Lizzy CAPLAN and BARKHAD ABDI, is starring its second season, and Tim shared with us what he loves about the series and all of its plot twists.
The great thing about it is that it's about a town that has a history that it hasn't dealt with. And every character in the series is hiding something or has a secret from their past that they're not particularly proud of. And so as the season progresses, you start to see these ghosts emerge from their past. And it's cool. It was a cool experience because, you know, every week we'd read the new script and it would be, oh my God, I didn't realize that was going to happen.
Well, that's the experience of watching it too. I love sort of how the onion is peeled back piece by piece as you watch this thing unfold. What's your favorite part of playing Pop?
Well, I had never really done this part before, this idea of this kind of a gangster, morally ambiguous, you know, loan shark who may or may not be a good guy. Has definitely done things in his past that he's not proud of, but is trying to redeem himself because he's dying. So I really loved the opportunity to explore that character.
And of course, Castle Rock isn't the only Stephen King-inspired series or film that Tim has starred in. You might have remembered the Oscar-nominated Shawshank Redemption, kind of a big deal. Celebrated its 25th anniversary in September. Tim reveals that it was the best script that he ever read, but adds what he cherishes most from being on that film set is the friendships he created, including his bond with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, and it was a friendship that existed on screen as well. So what are the two actors' characters doing today?
Andy is running a bed and breakfast in Zihuatanejo with Red.
Yeah, just enjoying life. You and Morgan Freeman, any new projects anytime soon in the future?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, would you like to?
I'm open to the idea for sure. You know, I had some silly ideas about it, but I'm not going to share.
Okay, all right. Well, it's nice to know that there's chatter. Okay.
So there's a chance. I hope it happens.
Please let it happen. Another actor Tim has cherished working with is Mark Ruffalo, who he reunites with in the film inspired by a true story. It's called Dark Waters. That comes out in November.
I've known him for quite a while, and he's one of those rare ones in Hollywood, you know, an actor with not only great talent, but a conscience, and he sees the work he does as part of an ongoing dialogue with his audience, and I appreciate actors like that.
Yeah, and anyone that follows him and you knows that you're very active in being passionate about things you believe in. You've been outspoken about supporting Bernie Sanders. What do you think Bernie needs to do to take the Democratic primaries and to be
I'm just waiting for the first primary because I feel it'll be a real indication of his support. I think he's got a lot more support than is being told.
What's the #1 message of his that you really resonate with that you think most people do?
Healthcare.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy that that people can go broke from getting sick. That's just a terrible, insecure place to be living in. And if you cross the border over into Canada, that anxiety doesn't exist. And it's just when you're up in Detroit, you know, it's a mile away, and there's a whole different character that you can see. Imagine living with that anxiety your entire life, that if you get sick, you could lose your house and you could go broke and be homeless. This is unacceptable in advanced Western culture.
What's something about Bernie that you think would surprise a lot of people?
He's funny.
In what ways? What kind of humor does he have?
Oh, I just, you know, I've been around him where he's just burst out into laughter, and so I know this great human side of him.
All right, we'll have more from our interview with Tim on the show tomorrow. He opens up about the acting advice he's given his kids and the nickname his grandchildren call him. It's really adorable.
Yeah, in the meantime, you can see more of Tim in Castle Rock. It's streaming now on Hulu.
Look out, Mina! The rule is you have to take something from the barn and permanently install it in your kitchen or dining room.
It's mine! Ari! That was my board! First come, first serve. Sometimes it helps to be a runner.
We got one.
I'm not running unless it's exercise.
And even then, I'm not running.
That is a clip from next week's new episode of Rock the Block, the competition show that has 4 HGTV stars designing identical homes on the same block, one area at a time, in only 4 weeks, and with $175,000 each to try and add the most property value to each home.
And we are here with the show stars. From Restored by the Fords, we have Leanne Ford. We have Good Bone star Mina Starsiak-Hawk, Hidden Potential's Jasmine Roth, and Windy City Rehab's Allison Victoria.
Great to see you.
I love this show.
Yeah, looking around.
After watching the first episode, I felt so empowered to just take down a house and rebuild it. It was so fun.
The demolition really does have to be the most fun part.
Wait, what's the most fun part?
I don't like it.
Leanne self-admittedly is like, no, that's not my job.
But you guys don't have to demo with your big brother. My brother's so huge and
Yeah.
he's like wailing
Have you
around.
seen Tad? He's so dangerous.
See, that it's
At least
So,
you
okay,
have
so-
brothers to come demo
Yeah,
with.
right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
it's me in a house by myself.
You'll have entirely different experiences. I just want to have a sledgehammer one time and take it to like the kitchen tile. That's it.
Yeah.
So we saw some of the clip of that first episode. All of a sudden, in that moment, the barn rolls up. Is that when you realize, oh, this is not going to be like a straightforward experience at all? There's going to be some twists and turns.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We were all like, "What do we do with this barn?" But yeah, it was definitely.
You have to use it. I mean,
It was definitely
the challenges that I think all of us felt challenged with. Like you
Yeah.
have to incorporate part of this barn into your kitchen, and most of us were done with our kitchens.
Well, and we're all, I think, probably. I'm not speaking out of turn, but probably all control freaks.
Yeah.
And so we had everything is
100%.
planned to the T, and then it's like, here's a barn. But the plan's done. I don't know what do
Yeah.
we do
What do we
now?
do?
So
Yeah.
but
Causes this
that's the point of it,
major
right?
dilemma here, yeah.
The first week was all about updating the master bedroom, and Leanne, you won. I feel like a lot of people were afraid of you.
I can't believe it. I've literally never won anything in my life. Not true. The first thing I've ever won was that episode. So.
Yeah, but once you win, so did everyone else. Did you feel like you had to kind of take it up a notch?
Yeah.
I think we all just felt like that all the time.
Yeah.
Leanne's a wild card because she's like, I don't care if I win. I'm like, you're gonna win, and you don't even care.
They thought that was my technique, and I was like,
No,
no,
she
I
legit
literally,
doesn't
I just was there to make a really beautiful house.
Like played really sweet, but secretly.
Yeah. I was like,
She's
no,
like a shark.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She's like, I don't care if I win.
A really sweet shark.
Yeah.
Who among you is the most competitive?
No, by the way, you two are so competitive, so for her to win that, you'd actually, they're scary too.
It's like, yeah.
Like we need a dividing.
In
wall.
what ways are you the most competitive?
I just feel like maybe I have a lot of anger. So I think that turns into like fear sometimes, sadness, and then
Into design. Into design.
Yes, right into
You should be afraid.
Yeah. I guess the first step is acknowledging the issue. And the second step is channeling it into something productive, which you've done. So we're on the right path.
So who's the least competitive then?
Leanne.
For sure.
It's so funny because you also took a big risk the first episode and won.
It's design. I love design. You know, it's kind of fearless. You can mess up and blow it, and it's okay.
There's
it's
also
design.
that thing of like when you care the least, sometimes things come to you a little more effortlessly. I don't know. Anyway.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
Here's my question though. As you watch back, got to know each other, got to get a sense of each other's aesthetic and style, have you found yourself, or did you find yourself borrowing like, oh, that's kind of a little interesting thing they do? But now, kind of in hindsight, do you have like little tidbits?
We still didn't see though.
Yeah.
We're watching, like, we got to see each other's homes at the end for what? 10 minutes each?
2 minutes.
So you didn't
Not
see
even.
enough. You didn't learn enough about each other to say like, oh, I like how they do
We saw
that.
the first episode.
Well, she stole
seeing it.
something. She did steal something, which I didn't know till I watched the show.
It
But
wasn't a
it improved.
design aesthetic, but yes, it was a use of space idea.
it was a good
I did
move.
steal.
A
Yeah,
use
it
of
was a good
space. That
move.
was a
I wouldn't know
thievery.
why I
It's
didn't
also
think about
stole it. It's fine. Use of space, stole it.
I want to steal Jasmine's secret door. I love that you do the secret door.
That is fun.
That's kind of my jam.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the little hidden shelving, hidden
I
compartments.
mean, hidden potential. There's always hidden.
It makes sense.
The judge in round one, Tariq El Moussa, and then Drew Scott's the host, also judges at the end. Who's a tougher person to please?
Oh man. Well, we had so each
neither.
episode has a different judge, and I think we didn't really know what to expect from the judges because they were secret to us.
Yeah, and they all have their own opinions. They all have very different styles. Just like we have different styles, they have different styles. So you really had no idea who was going to get on board with whose.
Well, and I don't know if I'm not going to tell you because I don't know if we're allowed to, like, who the other judges are. But there was a huge difference between, like, for Tariq, I'm like, okay, which one is he going to think is the coolest? But then there was other judges where I was on
Like,
point.
don't
Like,
know
I need to check my details. Like, they're going to be looking at this.
Yeah.
So
That was a scary one.
It was different based on the judge. Yeah.
Is it hard not to take it personal when they don't like certain things?
Yeah.
Still working through it.
You can hugs. They edited out the eye rolls, like when they're saying things were like.
I want to say,
Like
though,
a deep
that-
sigh and a
that-
huff.
I want to say interior design is art, and art is subjective.
Yes.
So some people like it and some people don't. And if everyone loves it, you're not doing anything special.
No, absolutely
You
right.
know, so-
And that's the magic of, I think, HGTV in general, and what you guys are all doing. You bring such different creative juices to the flow and the look and the aesthetic. Speaking of the Scotts, Drew and Jonathan, 3 of you worked with him on the Very Brady renovation.
Yeah.
I personally am still just going crazy about
Very invested.
Jonathan dating Zooey Deschanel. I know. I'm blown away by it. I love it. They've been here many times. I'm just rooting for them.
I'm so excited.
When you found out that was going on, was it
Yeah.
like, oh, that makes sense?
Yes.
Or was it? What was
Right?
your reaction?
Made sense.
Yeah?
And it's
Yeah.
cute because I love her She and Him band. Is it She and Him?
Oh, yeah, right.
I love,
Yeah.
she's cool. Then.
Then who?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah?
She's equally as cool as Jonathan. Yeah. No, I liked that couple. I thought that was so fun.
It's a good match.
Yeah. Cute match.
I think he's gonna be excited because I feel like he's kind of been the third wheel for a little while, and he's ready to like have his moment.
Yeah, that
Jonathan,
makes a lot of
that is.
sense.
Yeah.
Jasmine, you're doing a holiday edition of a Very Brady renovation. Is that kind of surreal for you to be spending your holidays with the Brady?
Yes, 100%. I mean, we all worked really hard on the house, and then it's just been so fun to like showcase it, and now to be able to go back and like relax and actually hang out there, and drink eggnog. It's the normal holiday.
We're talking about the holidays, Halloween coming up. Do you guys go all out with your at home, like decorating for Halloween?
Halloween's my birthday, so
Okay.
I used to get way more into the decor, but now I'm like very understated. I haven't gone nuts this year, but I'm not even home.
What was the craziest like example of what you would do? Is it like cobwebs everywhere, pumpkins like crazy?
My old house,
Yeah.
I would bring in a company that
Oh,
would come in. Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
And they would design the
Whoa.
house with a huge like spider and the web that spanned the whole house. And
Then epic party type thing?
Oh yeah, it was my birthday party
Yeah.
too. So yeah.
Did any of you go crazy for Halloween?
My husband's super into it. Like, he wants to do the throwback with like the spaghetti in the bag and like peeled grapes or eyeballs.
I love that.
And we haven't really like dove into it deep, but he's super into it. I just have some pumpkins. Yeah, pumpkins.
It's like carve a pumpkin.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
like
I didn't even want to. One of them I
Reasonable.
didn't even carve. I just drilled a bunch of holes in because I didn't want to do the work. And it's
a
super
great
cute. It
idea.
looks like the night sky.
Yeah,
Different size holes.
That's my kind of
All right, ready? We're gonna play a little game. Okay. Called Upgrade That Space. So based off your show, we're gonna go through different spaces in a home. We want each of you to quickly tell us what your #1 priority or tip would be to upgrade that space and make it chic. Of course, all spaces are unique. Just try to think in general.
Here we go.
Cool?
First up, #1 priority for each of you when it comes to upgrading a generic bedroom, making it chic. What's the first thing you need to do? Go.
Lighting.
Lighting. Okay, so
100%. Always on a dimmer.
Yeah.
Bigger the better of lighting. Make
Okay.
it good.
any other top tips?
I mean, make your bed. Even if it's like,
Sounds like my husband.
I know it seems
No.
simple, but if you make your bed, if that's the first thing you do, it looks like the room is finished, even if there's nothing else in the room.
Good point.
I mean, kind of going off for lighting, we always do 4 can lights and then a center like accent light, so you have lots of different mood options. But I think a cool wallpaper can really make whatever mood you want in a room.
Okay. How about for you?
Bedding.
Bedding?
Just bedding. It's got to be luxurious. It's got to be. I'm all about thread count.
Okay. The thread count ups the ante for the whole room. Got it.
All right, #1 priority when upgrading a bathroom.
Bathtub.
Like a cool bathtub?
Yeah.
Or just something that's a piece,
Special.
like a statement piece?
And the other thing is you have to have your layout so you're looking at a bathtub instead of a toilet when you walk in.
One more.
Pretty.
Heated flooring.
Ooh.
Ooh, heated flooring. That's practical.
Chicago right there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving along real quick. #1 priority when you're upgrading a backyard or outdoor space.
Oh, you too.
Jasmine, you go.
I mean, it's got to be you got to have somewhere to chill, right? So depending on where you live, whether it's a yard or a pool, or I mean, yeah, you got to have somewhere to hang out.
Well, I don't live in California. I live in Indiana, so we don't get to spend as much time
We're happy
outside.
if we get green grass.
Yeah, we're happy if we get green grass. In the
few
neighborhoods
months.
I work in, it's a little postage stamp, so just making the most out of it. So small deck, green space for a dog to run around, maybe a little bit of planting area, low maintenance.
All right, #1 priority when upgrading a kitchen.
Oh, the
Appliances.
triangle.
Oh,
Sorry.
So wait, what's a triangle?
It's it's a functional element. So sinks to stove to refrigerator.
Okay.
You want a good triangle.
Okay, and then you said the appliances.
It's all about the appliance.
In terms of the look, the aesthetic, right?
Yeah, I
It
mean,
ups
I
it.
think you just have to elevate it.
Okay.
That's what people look for when you're selling or when you do cook. I don't cook, but.
I like it.
For those who
I know about the triangle, but I don't use it.
No, I don't use anything about it.
Ladies, it's so good to talk to
Now
you.
we know.
Thank you
To go
for all the
upgrade
tips.
my apartment.
Thank you.
Guys, be sure to watch all of the ladies on Rock the Block, Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern on HGTV.
All right, we're taking one last look at our question of the day. We've been asking you to send in your favorite gifts of Selena Gomez in honor of all of her new music this week. Let's check it out.
There's that one. Lip pooch made him Justin Bieber cry. That makes it okay. Little Bieber. Okay, this is in response to the ongoing Bieber thing.
Yes.
She loves her Spurs. All right, and that's
All right,
it.
we'll be asking you a new question of the day tomorrow.
Selena Gomez fans here? Selena or Bieber?
Oh, that's too
No, we're not going to do it. Okay, no, we're not doing it. We're not doing it.
Don't put us on the spot. Yeah.
Appliances. Why would we even do that?
You know, question of the day tomorrow on People Now.
Oh,
so
God,
tune in
the
for that.
epic war, the battle.
So embarrassed.
Coming up tomorrow, we're recapping Meghan Markle's appearance at the One Young World Summit. Wait until you see what happened when one woman tried to curtsy her.
Plus, we're talking with Michael Douglas and Jane Seymour about the second season of The Kaminsky Method. All right, thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Danny Pino. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Danny Pino, and this is One Last Thing. The last book I read was All the Light We Cannot See. The last TV show I binge-watched was Stranger Things.
What if we locked him out here with us?
The last vacation I took was Maui, Hawaii. All the waterfalls and pools that you were able to jump into when it's 100 degrees outside and the water's, I don't know, 65, 70, it just cools you off and you feel like you're unplugged from the world. Aloha.
What was that?